Name is Radolph LaBelle. Most people call me Rudy, also known as Ray. I graduated from Seneca Vocational High School in June 1943 and was on a train going to Sampson on the 30th, which was my birthday. So I turned 18 on the train going to Sampson, New York. After boot camp, very short boot camp, about 6 weeks, they sent me to electrician school for 3 months. From there I went to Norfolk, Virginia to pick up my ship, which I was a plank owner on an LCI, which was a landing craft infantry, which was to be converted to a gunboat. We worked with the Navy SEALs who were trained in clearing beaches, and we were trained to go in and support them at each invasion. I guess the first invasion is not knowing what to expect, and you're hearing a lot of fire and you're hearing a lot of noise before you get there where your final destination is. And of course I was just a kid. You know, you don't think much about it. You're just doing what you think you're there for. I guess I don't really, I can't remember anything. I said a lot of prayers, I know that. WWII was the name of the small town right there in the Philippines. We were classified expendable, same as the PT boats. PT boats were just into coming and using, they were using them a lot more later on in the war in the South Pacific for picking them, because they were a lot faster than we were. They could go in. We used to tow a life raft behind the ship after they got through working. We'd tow that in and pick up the SEALs and bring them back out to the ship, mothership, wherever they were. But that was, and they claimed that after we hit the beach, there wasn't a living thing for the first 300 yards. April 7th, went over and salvaged what we needed off a tin can that was blown in half and up on the reef. That's what I was talking about. That was in 584, the Halligan. We could only board on fantail, which was above water. Few dead bodies around, and ship was in a hell of a shape. We're told after we got back aboard that we had been assigned to number 116 Patrol Station, otherwise known as Suicide Alley, or Bomb Alley. After we got there, we did regular routine of going back and forth as anti-boat patrol. We don't know whether some of them were Japanese or what they were, but they were suicide boats, we call them. And I got some of those prisoners. And we'd make them completely undressed before they got out of their boats. If we did take them prisoner, make them completely undressed, because they'd hide them in their arms, in between their legs, like that. We made, they get dressed when they come back. And we got some of the prisoners, we transfer them. We put them on an APA or an AKA, one of those ships, and then they do whatever they do. Kamikazes usually came in first thing in the morning, or usually early evening when the sun was in your eyes, one way or the other. We took one hit. They got him before he hit the ship, but he wiped out one of our 40 millimeter emplacements, and most of the boys in it were wound up in the hospital. And the rest camp, one of the fellows from Massachusetts, Tillicella, his name was, never rode a horse before. And stay off the pavement, Shaky. Don't go on the pavement with the horse. Well, he was out there when actually ride a horse on the pavement. Well, he wound up with it hanging on his neck, upside down. I can picture that. Just funny. He was a motorman, poor chip. And I have to give those guys a lot of credit. They kept those diesels running through everything.